So I had someone question recently asking about the energies that are coming into the planet, integration, and the chakra system. Do all of your chakras have to be unblocked and spinning in the right direction in order for the body to integrate the ascension energies? So I want to talk, I'm going to answer that question, and I want to talk a little bit about unpacking the teachings around chakras. So, excuse me, the answer is no. It's the nervous system that is the dictator of your body's ability to integrate and take on more and more energy. The nervous system is what is the dictator of your fight, flight, or freeze mechanism, where the body is either open and receptive or shut down and in more of a defensive mode. So it is the resting state and the openness and the ability for the nervous system to allow the energies to come into the body that is the dictator. So let's talk about chakras and unpack that teaching. Chakras are, how I see it, we have shifted the teaching around chakras as being the teaching in a third and fourth dimensional space to chakras is a language of perception for the human to understand themselves better. It's more of a language than a teaching, and even as a language, we're shifting out of that as well. So from that sort of 3D, 4D, early 4D space, the human understands its energy centers as separate centers that are departments that are labeled, that are specific to certain conscious forms of consciousness. So it's very much rooted in separation. We have the 7 separate chakras. And now as we ascend, the language has changed to that we have 13 or 15 or something like that. Again, it just becomes a language of perception and context. It's not actual divine truth. The truth is that you are a pillar of light and that chakras do not exist. Chakras are, again, just a language, a teaching, and a perception for the human to understand the energy and the body and how the two correlate in order to bring spirituality in. So I'm not saying that the conversation and the use of the terms around chakras is wrong, because everything is always meeting everybody exactly where they need to be met. But in the true divine plan and the essence that you are a pillar of light and an emanation of light in all ways and forms, through all of your senses, all of your cells, in every now moment, 360 degrees. So there isn't just the 7 centers. To sort of further unpack that a little bit, when we look at an example of communicating with someone that, for example, has issues with anxiety, for example, then the conversation using chakras as the language for the conversation, we might say, well, their root chakra is blocked. That is a root chakra issue. Not feeling safe in their body, not feeling safe to be here in their human form is creating anxiety, which is actually caused by dysregulation in the nervous system. But it can't ever express itself in isolation the way that the conversation around chakras comes out sometimes. We would say to someone, for example, oh, you have anxiety, that's a root chakra issue, do some root chakra healing. But in actuality, it's not ever in isolation in that way. Someone who struggles from anxiety, for example, is actually having a nervous system dysregulation issue that is typically rooted in inner child stuff. But the root chakra issue is affecting the sacral, because now the sacral is not in its abundant creative, co-creative state. It's affecting the solar plexus because the person no longer feels that they are connected to their own sovereignty, autonomy, and power. it's a heart chakra issue because they don't feel that they are loved or can be as loving or connected to their own divinity. It's a throat chakra issue because they're no longer speaking truth because their perception of themselves in reality is distorted, because they're disconnected from their own inner wisdom, because they're disconnected from source. So we can never have the conversation around chakras in that isolated way and be fully in divine truth. However, if it becomes a language that is a guide map for you to understand yourself and understand perhaps where there's something showing up for you that needs to be worked on, then by all means, everything works. For some people, the conversation around nervous system dysregulation leading to certain functions in the body not working, which changes your perception of yourself in reality, or the converse, where the nervous system is the one that allows in these codes that activate your DNA, that flushes out your cellular memory, that allows your inner vibratory state to rise. That could be like some kind of conversation, the whole body mechanics, science, biology, and spirituality wrapped in one. That conversation, that language is not always so digestible to everyone. So just understand that the chakra system, our idea that that is how it is, absolutely is no longer true. We have long since outgrown that. But if the language of speaking in terms of chakras helps you better unpack what's going on for you and where you're feeling energy in the body, where things are showing up in your reality that need to be cleansed, cleared, worked on, healed, then by all means use that, but not in isolation of this is a root chakra problem, so that becomes my focus, because it's always going to parlay into the other chakras, because you are a pillar of light and an emanation of light all at the same time. It's just where you are not perceiving yourself and your reality to be in that way that needs to be cleansed and cleared and healed. And in actuality, the programs that hold all of that are not in sort of spinning energy centers in 7 different places in the body. It's all held inside the cellular memory. So, not making anything wrong. If the chakra language and understanding is something that helps you contextualize what this is all about, then by all means, just allow yourself to continue to expand in that. And when it's time to let that language go, be willing to let go of that belief and take on something new. Nothing wrong with any of it, but in actuality, chakras aren't real. Until next time, bye for now.